Hello everybody, this is Bluestone. Welcome back to the Pyramid Labyrinth. I wanted to give you guys an opportunity to join me on a little coding adventure here. Usually I don't do this because, well, my coding is usually, at least with command blocks, are usually very disjointed. I have no idea what I'm doing. I just jump around from project to project very quickly. But today I want to get this train set up. So in the Pyramid Labyrinth here we have obviously the pyramid, which is almost too large to render, and a city here, and then spawns all the way over there. And what the intent of this train is to bring the player from spawn to the pyramid and give a kind of cinematic reveal. So you come in through the train station, then the players are like, "Whoa, there's a giant pyramid there!" Right? You know, it works brilliantly actually, unless the person has a laggy connection and isn't able to load anything. But which is actually a serious problem. I have to address that. But yeah, this is the original locomotive that I had. It's just the locomotive and a tiny little flatbed car behind it, which doesn't really do much. It's not very fun. So I added a preset, or to the preset, a lot of, let's see, how many? 4 cars. Yeah, I got a coal car here and a passenger one. I have a dining car in here and a sleeper car. So I want to let you guys. I'm going to bring you guys along to show you exactly my whole thought process behind this. It's not a very complicated project. It's just a train that moves along a track, moving the player along with it. There aren't any turns or anything which make it complicated. So this will hopefully be a very simple project that I won't stutter across and stumble and have no idea what I'm doing like I usually do. So yeah, let's get started with this. So the as I said, the original train was very short. So I didn't consider how close this train station would actually be to the pyramid. In fact, wasn't even planning on doing a city. I was like, hey, you know what? A city would be cool because the village is already here. So once I added this train station, I've realized that once this full-size train with all 3 of the cars actually pulls in, this train being stopped here at the first stop. Let me grab my sword. At the first stop here is actually reasonably close to the pyramid. So my intent was for the player to ride the train to the city, see the pyramid, ignore the city, and then continue the train on to the next stop, which is over here, and there'll be another train station here. But that worked brilliantly when the train stopped farther down. But now, since the train is longer, that engine is closer to the pyramid here, and this engine will be farther away from the entrance, probably being all the way over here. And I don't want that. I want the player to ride the train all the way over here to get to the pyramid itself. So how do we make it so that this here is this stop is farther away from the pyramid than that stop? Of course, we can move the we can move the entire train station farther, directly in front of the entrance. That would look a little weird, be a little awkward, just being presented face on. Just imagine getting off a train and going boom. I mean, sure, it's a great view, but I want to get a kind of a diagonal view, and then it kind of approaches and centers on more like that. So I could move the station directly centered, but another problem with that, along with the weird angles, is that if the train is a little farther back, because it is so long, if another train pulls behind it, then it'll actually, I'm worried that it'll intersect, and even if it doesn't intersect, it hit the other train in the back, then it'll look really weird having 2 trains back to back. So that doesn't work. We can't move that station closer. So let's. I've decided upon this. We're gonna move this station farther that way. In fact, and since the main street here with all the shops and stuff are centered on this train station's clock tower here, the entire city needs to move as well. So that's. I don't see any problems with that. That should work as long as I cut off the cloning. Like with a, let's see, where would I stop it actually? So I need to clone both halves of the train station. So I think right here where there's a kind of a break in the city, which is actually the village now, but we can clone everything to the right of this and move it about 100 blocks that way. That'll be pretty simple. We'll have to split up the clone into several segments, but that should be fine. So we'll plan to do that after we move spawn, actually, because the distance between these should be spawn, city, and then a larger distance, of course, and then the pyramid. And if we move the city 100 blocks that way, then it becomes right next to spawn. And even right now, I feel like 0, spawn here is too close to the city, because what I want to do, remember, I want the player to want to go in the train to ride it to the city and to the pyramid, not for them to see, oh look, there's a button over there, but let me check out the city first, and then realize that they've actually Yeah, so I need them to take the train. So this whole spawn will also have to move all the way that way. And that should be good. That'll be everything, I think. A large enough space between spawn and the city, and then a large enough space between the city and the pyramid. Yeah, I think that's good. The only thing that I don't want to do is move the oasis here. I think this can stay. It doesn't matter if it's centered on the street like it is now. It could be offset a little bit. I also had the giant cactus maze arranged over like it was about right here, so I moved the entire cactus maze farther that way in anticipation of moving the spawn in the city. So that is all the preparation done, so I guess we could just get started here. So my idea with this video, like I said earlier, is to bring you guys in, let you guys in on my thought process and the entire adventure of making something with command blocks. And this one will just be the train, and of course the train, to make the train I have to move the city and move spawn, so that's sort of included in that. So along in the spirit of you guys knowing and being here with everything that I'm doing, I'm going to not delete or cut out all the coding parts. You're going to join me here. If it's not your jam, don't worry about it. I won't be offended if you click off now. But I'm hoping that this will /fill, that this will give some of you, if you're not as adept with command blocks, you might know the basics, you don't know how to put it into practice. I'm hoping this will give those kind of people a practical understanding of command blocks. So that's what I'm going to try to do with this. So to move this entire city, I just need to select the entire thing. So what I just did there, selecting the emerald block, I got the highest block in the entire city, which is y = 95 apparently. And then I need to get the lowest block in the city, which will always be the ground here. So the y coordinate will be 63. Cool. So 63 to 95. I don't think there's anything underneath it. We have a little command block room here, but that's nothing to be worried about. Oh, actually, we do have a fountain here, but that's fine. We could just fill in the blocks afterwards. I don't want to clone another layer underneath this entire city just to get that little fountain there, and this one. Okay, yeah, that should be fine. Okay, so we'll just clone from y = 63 to y = 95, and then we need to get the corners here. So actually, this block is here from the last time I made a command block video in the city. So we'll go over here, and we can tell that. Let's see, is that in line? Yeah, that should be. Okay. This is the x coordinate. No, yeah, that's the x coordinate. And we need to go. We need to go all the way farther down this way to get this last building over here. All right, perfect. So there's one corner. We can select that with /fill. Actually, no, we don't want to fill the entire thing. What am I doing? We want to clone. Okay. /clone. We want to start. Actually, I need to get the coordinates actually. So z will be that, and x will be that. Cool. I'm using tab as well to punch that in automatically. Tab punches in whatever coordinates you're looking at of the block you're selecting into the text. So that works to be very incredibly efficient. And we'll get the other corner. I already got the top y = 95, and then the other side we can ignore the train for now because that'll be moving later and be updated constantly anyway. So. Let's see, we got this here. All right, and then where were we going to divide this? I think we're going to divide it at this gap here. So we're bringing this even farther. Oops. Okay, let's call it right there. All right, we got the two corners. Now if we do /clone for this thing, we have the two corners on the x and, oops, whoa, that's weird. 63. Yeah, okay. 63, 63, 207. All right, so we got the top and the bottom with 63 and 95, and then we have the two corners with the other four numbers. Brilliant. Okay, so we have two coordinates, and if we clone that to, I don't know, let's say we'll clone it one block this way. I want to show you guys something. So if I try to clone this thing, it's oh well, yeah, I understand that, and I try to move it. It says too many blocks in a specified area. Maximum is 32,000, and we have 574,000. So this entire city, of course, cannot be cloned with one clone command. I could bring this into MCEdit, but then I have to export the map to my single player world and open it up with MCEdit, then edit it, then export it back, then put it back in the server folder. Ugh. So instead of that, I want to show you guys a command block solution in case you because you don't want to use MC Edit like me. So this number here, 574,000, using my epic skills of being a computer programmer to do calculations instantly, I can understand that that 574,000 divided by 32,000 is 17.9375. I just ran it off to the hundredths or to the thousandth place here, by the way. So it's about 18 times over the limit. So yeah, that's a lot. So what we'll do is we'll split this entire city into 18 chunks. Since it's 18 times over or 17 times over the limit, we'll make it 18 chunks to ensure that it's below the minimum. So what we can do here, actually, first let's get the negative. So we can tell that by the crosshair that this is the negative most corner. Where you can see that the X goes that way, and then the Z goes that way, and then the Y goes up and down here. So this is the negative most block, so we want to start here. Remember that this is negative most block because that's where the basis of these clone commands starts. So if we start from here and go, let's see, so we have the Z equals, what is it? Z equals 78, okay? Going to Z equals 207. That is, I don't know how many blocks is that. Pull the calculator again. 207 divided by 78. No, minus 78. We did the division already. So we have 129 blocks in between there. Okay, so out of 129, we'll divide that into 18 parts, and that's 7 blocks per, well, actually 7.1666 repeating. That'll be about 7 blocks per slice. So each slice here that we divide this entire chunk in, which is 18 times over the limit, will be 7 blocks wide. So we'll clone 7 blocks, then 7 blocks, then 7 blocks, and we'll do that 18 times. All right. So an easy way to do this actually is we take that 129. Actually, we don't even need the 129. Since we know we can divide it into 8 block segments, all I have to do is teleport ourselves 8 blocks that way. So since this is the Z axis, we can just teleport 8 blocks, boop, make another marker here, another 8 blocks, boop, and then another 8 blocks, boop, another 8 blocks, and we'll just do this until the end here. But I'm not interested in that. Let's just clone it. So we'll clone from here. Let's do from here. And then we'll punch this entire thing over here. Boom. And then we got 8 more blocks. I like that. We just do it quicker like that. Alright. 8 more blocks. And we could just keep on going until we reach the edge. Oh. I guess I did cut into this a little bit. I'll just temporarily move that. I'll fix it later. It's just a wall compared to the entire city. Alright. And that is actually beyond what we need to select. So there we go. We got the 18 segments. That doesn't look like 18. Well, maybe it does look like 18. I don't know. Anyway, we got the 18 segments, and now all we need to do is grab the previous clone command, which is, I think it was, let's see, which one was it? This one here, yeah, the one we retried, and we already know that this is, well, move, there we go. We already know that this is 18 times over the limit, so instead of doing that entire segment from here all the way to that corner, we can do from here to the same x and y, except we'll move the z over to this z coordinate here. You can see this is z axis. All right, so we can do that and select this as a z coordinate. And if we try to move that, let's see. Actually, let's keep it in the same spot. Too many? Oh, come on. Are we really gonna have to shrink the entire thing? Okay, I'm gonna cut because I thought that an 8-block selection range would accommodate that, but apparently it's still about 1,000 blocks too big. Okay, let's actually see if I shrink this down by, let's see, by another coordinate. Will that still work? Is that within? Yeah. Okay, that's within the limit. That's 30,000. Drat. Okay, so I need 8 block segments are not big enough. We need 7 block segments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7 block segments. Drat. Okay, I'll be right back. I'll cut this out. Alright, and that should be good. And we're still beyond the limit. Nice. Okay, cool. So we got 7 block segments now. Ugh. And now we'll use this Z coordinate here. Hopefully. Alright, what is this Z coordinate? It should be 84, right? Yep, because we already decreased it and confirmed that it's right. Okay, and then we can clone it to the exact same spot. Cool. And then we cloned it to the exact same spot, which confirms that we're below that 32,000 block limit. And now we could just repeat that over and over again, except we need to get the destination. So I think I want to move this entire city, like what is it, 100 blocks that way? I checked the coordinates yesterday, but that's yesterday. People forget things. 100 blocks, is that fine? If we clone the entire city 100 blocks this way, that'll mean that this clock tower is now, and this main street is now over here. Okay, actually that's in line with the mountains. That's cool. Okay, and then that's definitely far enough away. Let's see, where is it actually? All the way over here. Yeah, that's definitely far enough away from the entrance of the pyramid. That's fine. And then that'll make spawn be required to be all the way over here. And can we move it even farther? Can we do 200? Oh no, not 200 blocks. We can see the war border. I think 150 blocks will be fine. It'll be in line with the cactus maze as well. Okay, cool. So we can move the entire city 100 blocks that way, and then the spawn here we can move 150 blocks that way. Nice. Okay, let's make sure that this clone doesn't overlap. Let's see. So the first slice will be over here. Let's make sure that 100 blocks negative Z won't interact. Yes, it will. Okay, so let's save this entire thing first. Let's get a structure block out. And let's grab this entire selection here. Let's say spawn temp. Okay, we'll save it as spawn temp. All right, let's just grab this entire area so we don't have to redo it. Okay, that should be fine. Well, should we? I guess we'll grab that as well. Okay, boop. Does it get the signs? Yes, it does. Okay, I'm gonna move it this way just to get more of the railroad track, to make sure that we know where the ties are. All right, perfect. I'm actually gonna clone the ground as well, so let's bring that down. Okay, good. So now we have. Okay, we'll just save. All right, spawn temp is now saved. Hooray! It's remind myself in chat. If I reload, that'll delete chat, so I have it on the console. All right, cool. So now we can clone everything 100 blocks that way. Brilliant. I can just delete this stuff because, or I can overwrite this stuff because I've saved it in the structure block, and I can just paste it over there later. But for now, let's actually watch this thing. Let's clone the entire city that way. So we need to grab that clone command again. Yes, except instead of doing z equals here. Actually, let's do relative coordinates because this is getting complicated. I'm going to stand on top of each one of these markers and then run the exact same command. And instead of saying the command will do each slice with the specific coordinates, I'm going to use relative coordinates. So for example, here, instead of selecting the y coordinate of 65 or 63, I think it was. Yeah, the ground is y equals 63. I'll just say 2 blocks below myself, which is y equals 63 anyway. But if I stand over there, then it'll be the same thing. So we can take this clone command and replace y equals 63 with 2 blocks underneath myself. And then we can replace the first z coordinate with my z. All right. And then we can do the second z coordinate as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks in that direction. Okay, oops, 6 blocks in the positive z. Okay. And then we can keep the x the same because no matter what, the x will always be along this line here and the other line over there. Okay. And now we just need to take this. It'll always be 63 as well, which is once again 2 blocks below myself. And then we'll do 100 blocks that way. All right, that should be good. Hopefully, please. All right, it's cut off the not the city, the building over there, and now we have perfect. It's sort of overwritten the original train station coming across, and actually the railroad ties are exactly in line. That's kind of hilarious. Wow, the railroad tie that was, or the portion of the railroad that was cut off with the clone that I did. Oh, I missed some blocks. Oh well. You know, the portion of the railroad that I cloned over has matched up perfectly. That's great. All right. Anyway, let's run this again. Make sure my relative coordinates have worked properly, and we can do this. Hopefully, please. All right. It's taken off exactly flush. Good, and it's aligned perfectly. Hooray! And this puddle is. Oh wait, there's no. Oh right, I only did y equals 63. I didn't go y equals 62 or lower, so we have that little awkward part there. All right, let's keep this going. Man, that's actually working perfectly. I expected it to fail the first time. That's why I backed up the world. And then we just keep on running this command over and over again. Except, oh, there's a little underground place here. We'll just fix that later. I didn't bother cloning everything below this because that would make it less than 6 block chunks, which would make it even more tedious to clone over. So, oops, I moved before it was done. I don't even know if that affects it or not. I'm just trying to be safe. And we could see it's materializing over there. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. All right, perfect. I'm going to speed this up here. Oh, and that's it, isn't it? Yep, okay. We just left the part of the train there. And it looks like we had, oh, drat. Okay, so I also have these armor stands here. These are marking spawn locations for another feature. Okay, so I need to make sure to get these armor stands moved 100 blocks that way as well. All right, let's say execute as the nearest armor stand. So type equals armor stand. Limit equals 1 sort nearest. Okay, the nearest armor stand, that's the nearest single armor stand. Add itself. Run teleport 100 blocks that way. Okay, good. And then we could do that one for this one as well. And that one. And then these two. Okay, good. All right. We just punch them all over there. And then there are 2 up here. Yep. All right, brilliant. And now hopefully we have the armor stands back in their spots. Good. Okay, one next to the bed, one over the chest. I'm gonna check one more just to make sure. Where is another one actually? Wait. I need to find another respawn. There it is. Okay, and then perfect. We got the 2 upper ones. Nice. Okay, they're good. They're in line. All right, we got the armor stands in position, and I also noticed there's a villager running around over here. Come here. I want to grab you and put him back in his shop over here. Because we only teleported blocks or cloned blocks. We didn't clone any entities. All right, that should be good. Oh, we got some weird stuff happening here. What in the? That's supposed to be like this, isn't it? Or maybe those are shelves. I don't know. Anyway, let's check everything. Make sure it cloned properly. City is fine. The puddle is a little messed up, but that's fine as well. Oh, we lost the horses because we didn't. We didn't clone entities. We just okay. All right. We got the railroad track. Let's see. You got the clock tower. Got the tip of it as well. Everything looks to be in order. Perfect. The only side effect is that side effects. There are multiple. Believe me. Is that we have the wall here that we punched through to clone everything. So let's fill this back in with sandstone. Perfect. And we have these blocks here, so let's fill these as well. With air. Okay. Good. And that should be everything. Oh, we also had this the secret entrance here, but I'll move that later. All right. Okay. And the third side effect is that we have this giant hole here. What is this command block? What are you doing here? Oh, that's fine. That was a long time ago when it was 1.12. Alright, kill all the arrows? Within 5 blocks. What? What was that for? What is this command block for? Let's teleport 100 blocks that way. Okay, I don't know what it was for, but I guess we're going to be deleting it now. Alright. And we have some sandstone here. I don't know if there's anything below here. No? Okay. This room is fine because this command block room works remotely. And I don't think there are any other side effects. We have a leftover... Man, I built these giant rooms underground with all these doors to make villagers spawn more, to increase the size of the village when it was 1.12. But now that's completely obsolete because villagers work off of beds now. What is this? Why do we have command blocks in the ground here? And crystals. Oh, drat. Man, that's also really old. Man, I really need to clean up all my messes. I hide command blocks underneath the ground, and I forget that they're there. All right, so let's remove this this door area, and we'll just leave the other ones. We'll clean them up later, or forget about them. Yeah, that's probably more likely. All right, 62 to 60 about. Okay, fill it with sand. Cool. And we have, what in the world is this? Oh, this is the well. Is this the well? Oh, yeah, that is the well. Yeah, I didn't clone anything below ground level. All right, good. So we've done it. We've cloned the entire city, and now everything, in fact, is perfectly fine and is cloned perfectly aligned, which is very. I'm actually going to clone this as well, or fill this with sand, so I don't have a giant hole in my desert. All right, but yeah, everything. What in the world? Oh, the chest. Okay, so everything for the third time trying to speak. Yeah, you can tell how disjointed I usually am with coding everything, but it's fine. It's fine. We'll get through this. All right, but now for the actual thing. Oh dear, what is this? Oh, just lava pool. Ugh, I'll feel it later. All right, so let's do the fun part now. Finally. Okay, so we moved the entire city 100 blocks that way, and now we have a giant land of nothingness. We can fill that with cactus later. Now we actually need to make the train. So let's put spawn, like we were going to do earlier, all the way over here, just a little bit beyond the world border, so when people spawn, they don't actually see it. And this is very far enough away from the city, and that's fine. Okay, good. This looks like a good enough spot, if any. What is this doing here? To put spawn. Is that far enough? Like, if I were to spawn here and I were to see a little train station here with a button, would I choose to go for that rather than that? Yeah, I think I would. Okay. Let's actually put it a little bit farther this way because I'm noticing. Actually, let's just increase the world border. / world order. I don't know how to use this thing. Add. Okay, yeah, let's add about 30 blocks. Time. Okay. So now, yeah, it's even farther away. Okay, that's good. That's good. We could just increase the world border. Let's actually do that a couple more times. Yeah. All right, good. So we can make spawn about right here, I guess, and we'll punch it in. Good. We'll load. What was it called? Spawn temp. Spawn temp. -1 blocks is I think is what we put, and that should be good. Good. Oh, wait, the railroad ties are a little misaligned. So let's move it 2 blocks back so it aligns properly. Load that. Very nice. And now we have the railroad ties actually being railroad ties instead of random logs on the ground. Okay, cool. Okay, now to make the actual train. Finally, what is the time on this video? Over half an hour. That is ridiculous. Actually, that's how long I've been recording, not how long has been cut out, because I technically cut out a bunch of the time there. Man, but still, this is getting a little long. How about, oh man, that's annoying. I really wanted to get this done in the one video, but it looks like we're going to have to stop it here. So I will, man, let's call this part 1, and next time, in the next video, I'll show you guys how to do the rest of this, the actual train part. What is it? Oh, that's a speed gate. So yeah, let's call this done. We'll call this video, I don't know, part 1 of some experimentation with command blocks with Bluestone and the Pyramid Labyrinth. Maybe we'll call it cloning a giant city. Sure, yeah. And then later we will, in the next episode, in the next part, we'll actually do the train, which is what I was planning to do originally. But yeah, until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next one when I actually do this thing. So yeah, see you guys there.